Hi everyone, and welcome to The Good Woo. So this is a video about karmic relationships, and it is much requested from clients and followers. So let's launch in. First of all, I just want to say this is just my opinion. I have been in many relationships, all different kinds, and one thing is really clear to me, that when we're talking about relationships, we must preface that the most important relationship any of us will ever have is with ourselves. And if we are not in right relationship with ourselves, we can't be in right relationship with anyone else. So in many ways, you can observe the level of your self-love and how good your relationship is with yourself when you look at the conditions of your relationships with other people. So karmic relationships, what is a karmic relationship? There is a philosophy, a belief system that karmic relationships are with people that you have had relationships with in the past lives, and that there is unfinished business that you're now in this lifetime completing. Now, that's probably quite valid, but what we're learning as humanity evolves and awakens, what we're learning is that time only exists in the human mind. It's a construct. It's not reality. That in fact, past, present, and future are all happening at the same time. And so, when you look at it from that perspective, that everything's happening at once, then these karmic relationships, their power is not rooted in what we would perceive as the past, but the power to change them, to use them to learn and grow and to heal them are actually, the power is in the present moment. The power is not in the past. So this leads me to this, that every relationship you have then is a karmic relationship. And here, now, in the present moment, you can shift each and every one of them to be more reflective of love and of harmony. So how do we do that? You start within. So one way that a healer I learned much from carved it all out for me so that I could see it sort of as an analogy is that it's like you're in your own movie and you're the lead of your movie, and everyone else is a player in your movie that is there to show you what internally is not working, needs attention, must be healed. So it really takes the pressure off of all these people and what is karmic and what is not, and it puts it right in your own hands, which this feels very accurate to me. When I feel it in my body, it's a warm, expansive feeling. You know, when something's not right for us, oftentimes we have tightening. With this particular mode of thought, I received a lot of opening and expansive energy, so I've gone with it, and it's being reflected in my life quite palpably. When we have conflict with someone in our life, generally it is because they have become a archetype, so to speak, that is actually within us that is not getting attention or integration. So, you know, there's a lot of buzzwords about like narcissism. And so if there's a narcissist in your life and you've judged them and labeled them as that, in actuality, you must look within to figure out where you were once this way or where you are still being this way, right? Because in each relationship we have, we display a different part of ourselves, right? If you were to sit down all the people you've had relationships with and they were to describe you to each other, not knowing they were describing one person, it would literally sound like as many different, they're describing a whole group of different people, different individuals. So like how I am with my child is different from how I am with my mother, is different from how I am with my dearest, closest friend, different from how I would be with a lover. So we're multifaceted. And this makes things definitely more complicated in our relationships, but it also gives us, again, more opportunity to expand and to grow. So when the question that has been coming to me is often times from clients who've been rejected. And so this leads me to this part. When we are seeking validation, fulfillment, completion from anything outside of this, we are doomed for disappointment, expectations gone awry, rejection, whatever it is. This took me a long time to understand that the universe is going to reflect back to you how you are treating yourself. So you must fill your cup. You must romance yourself. You must validate yourself. Right? You must be there for yourself. So what does not being there for yourself look like? Not being there for yourself is when you ignore, deny, try to run from your feelings. And that is why I am constantly in these videos talking about emotional expression and getting used to, like with the 2-minute tango, getting used to expressing anger and laughing and crying and even the yawning, which opens up our ability. It allows energy to move through our body because it's all energy. It's electromagnetic. We're in a soup and we are creating how that soup morphs around us. And that soup is people and places and things. And it's how we are treating ourselves, what we're doing with our feelings and our thoughts that reflect back to us in people and in situations. So, there's only one karmic relationship, and that's with yourself. That's you with you. And it is such a complex journey because, like I said, we are multifaceted. And when you become authentic with that, and you start delving into these deeper parts of yourself as you work with the archetypes within, like the mother and the father archetype, and your inner children, and your inner wise man, right? Your inner priestess or priest, or your inner king, inner queen, all of them exist within us. And as you integrate all of them, really wonderful healing, mending, seaming together begins to happen, where you won't want to run from the anger or the sadness or the grief or the shame or the guilt. In fact, you'll have the tools and the capacity to hold space for yourself while you feel deeply, and then it dissipates and you continue on. So it's interesting because this week's extended weekly woo was really hammering home this message. Yes, romance is between two people, but romance is also with ourselves. If you're not gonna, wine and dine yourself and treat yourself well and, hold the proverbial door open for yourself, make time for yourself, nurture yourself, care for the body, eat well, get enough sleep, exercise, take care of your skin and your hair and your nails, all of that, then you can't expect somebody else to do that for you. You can't expect a lover to give you what you're not already giving yourself. But what's amazing is that when you do start giving to yourself and you stop abandoning your feelings, you start attracting a higher caliber human, a higher caliber counterpart. So karmic relationships If it's unfinished business, I would say that it's because in whatever lifetime that was, you weren't loving yourself, and that the business to finish is to learn how to love yourself. It's not really